Welcome everyone to the Twitch stream. Today we got a good game. We got Dominance versus Liass. Both of these teams in Group 16. A close group for them. You got Cuties in first place with 14 points, but the next two teams are pretty close. You got Dominance with 8, and you got Liass with 6. So if Liass gets the wins here, they could overtake Dominance. But Dominance, they want to hold their lead right now, get the wins against Liass. Especially we're going to be starting in Highland. I think a map that Dominance is really comfortable in. We've seen them play here before, but this game has already started. Today, joining me broadcasting is Dentist, and commentating with me is Jack. He'll be joining us shortly. So I'll go ahead and start this game. The first OD box was taken by Lias, but the second one is going to be taken by Mr. Blood, who uses it here on a potential attack, but they get focused, and both Mr. Blood and Model get taken out, so that attack is gone. Mr. Blood using Dictator here. No Paladin, which is a bit interesting. Dictator on Firebird, that's a pretty slow combination if you want to get close. Maybe something far range if you want to use Firebird. I would just go with Paladin, to be honest, but he's going to be trying that out for the first round. First attack, not too successful. Next OD might be a bit soon. But for now, it looks like Lias has been kind of playing pretty defensively, mostly just sticking in their base. You got Langris playing up top with his Hunter. But I'll go ahead and introduce these teams. For Dominance, you have Certify, Mr. Blood, Hut, Mug, and Model. And for Lias, you have Langris, Savory, Mr. Dumb, Leg, and Home Video. So I think Lias might be the newer team here. Of course, we've seen Dominance play before. So that I would say they're the more experienced team. You got Lias all focused in their top left of their base while the OD's falling down. Model is taking a look at that while Mr. Blood takes on home video. And again, another push from Dominance here. Langres, his OD stretches all the way to Mug, catches him before he could go up top for that repair kit. And that EMP is very annoying. He has to wait a long time before he get his supplies back. But honestly, though, it's a good defensive stance from Lias, but they look a bit confused here in Highland. Dominance looking like the aggressors and more comfortable in this map. Lage jumping off the map. The OD doesn't really help, but the Air's OD comes to heal Mr. Blood again. He's very slow, but the focus is there from his team trying to help him out, but no players, unfortunately, to pick up that flag. Playing on the other side, we have Paladin Tesla, which we've seen here before. Home video is going to be on that. I think both teams using Aris Thunder here, so that's a staple. Crusader Scorpion as well. So it's mostly this Dictator Firebird against this Paladin Tesla, which is the biggest difference between these two teams. And I think Jack is back. So, Jack, welcome to this game. It's going to be competitive. What are your thoughts here in Highland from what you've seen so far?
Yeah, I mean, like you're saying about the dictator combination, it's a new one for me, definitely a slow one as well. I'm looking forward to seeing what the overdrive can do in a critical matter. But I don't know, I know a bit more against dominance. I feel like they might have the upper hand here. Like I said, they're a bit more comfortable on this map, and we can already see that. They're really getting set back here. I believe you said Lias model using in his overdrive alongside with that paladin getting shut down from him. But Certify is the only one going in. There is an OD box dropping here, but overall, I feel like dominance will have this map. Is it 4 rounds on Highland, or is it only going to be the 2 rounds?
You got 2 rounds in Highland, and I think 2 rounds in Sandal. The problem is that I do believe that Dominance is comfortable in this map in Highland, but I think they should be confident to take this team in a different map because, as we can see, it has been Dominance who's been the aggressors, who's been taking those OD boxes. But in Highland, it gives an opportunity for a team that maybe a little bit less skilled to just really defend their base. But a good attack here. Model pushing in after picking up that OD. He hits a mine, but he still has a repair kit. This might be a good first flag for them. Still, Lias not able to push up Savory, pops his OD, gets Model, but Mr. Blood gonna be picking up that flag. And it's made its distance. Once it's there, it's almost secured. So now Dominance will be taking this 1-0 lead. They are kind of pushing against each other, but they get that flag, and this forces Lias to push up.
Yeah, excuse me. I was gonna say an early capture, but we're already 5 minutes in. But it is a good first capture made by them. You can definitely see the teamwork with dominance kicking in here. And now something interesting to point out is Mr. Blood having his dictator overdrive. I honestly want to see what will be happening with this because that critical damage he's going to be pulling off there is going to be mental.
Yeah, for sure. He gets some groups of guys together and uses the OD, especially when OD box is falling down. I feel like that push
Exactly.
would really help them out. It does look like Liass is a bit more offensive now, even though it's a bit sticky. Langress with a nice OD there. He's gonna let Mr. Dumb take that OD box in the center, but we already seen Mr. Blood use that overdrive once. He kind of tried to help Model in the attack, but wasn't too successful. I think, as you said, you use that dictator, get a couple of guys with that crit, and it'll be crazy damage going on to Lias's team. But Lias finally pushing out outside of the map. You got Langris on the hill. Mr. Dumb is no supplies there. He's going to get taken out. But Dominance, I feel like they kind of slowed down now. They know they got that one flag lead, but I 100% believe that they're going to continue their aggression and try to get some more flags.
Yeah, it's interesting. I feel like they definitely will as well. But we'll have to see, wait and see. We can even see Hurt playing more on the lower part of this map in middle. I feel like he's a bit more comfortable. He's trying to deal damage towards people who are coming outside their base, but they're really getting forced into this pocket hole here. I mean, we do have Mr. Dunn with his Aeris Overdrive, which he did pick up previously. And that's about it. But there's only under 4 minutes left here, so let's see what will happen if Lies will actually be able to pull a flag or not. But it's going to be a hard one as Certifies using Mr. Blood uses as well, and this is going to be a guaranteed pull. This is mental. Langris is there trying to deal some damage, but doubtful he's going to be able to do something. Mr. Dumb also using hurt users on him though, but this is still a pull. Model's blocking the shots right now, actually going to be taking it. And Savory, will he be able to deal the damage? But no, that's going to be a second capture, which has probably been one of the most coordinated captures I've seen in a long time.
Honestly, though, a bit disappointed with Mr. Blood's OD there. I know he wanted to help out Model, but you had their whole team pushing up there. I feel like they kind of could have grouped up and all gotten benefited from that OD. But again, Mr. Blood tries to use that OD to help out Model, but you got to tip it. They were able to pull that flag back. Unfortunately, I think Lias might have been able to take that OD. Mr. Dumb kind of used that OD very reactively. I think if he planned it out and just sent it all the way straight through their flag, that would have been crazy damage. That would have killed anyone pulling that flag, and maybe they would have been able to get that return there. So maybe a little bit more of an insight. I think they are a bit inexperienced in this mode. You see home video, he's just mostly been playing in their base, and when you got your Paladin in your base, you got Eris playing defensive, and you got your Scorpion playing defensive, and your Hunter playing defensive. The only attacker is Savory. I've seen Langris push up a bit, but he's been mostly staying up in this spot by the fence and on their top right of their base. But just look at their formation here. Only got Savory out there and home video just playing with that Tesla, gonna do damage with people pushing up, but they're two flags down and there's 2 minutes left. So they really got to change up their strategy maybe to incorporate some offense here. Model and his team in dominance able to get two flags out.
Yeah, honestly, this is you're definitely right about that. I think home videos only used his overdrive once and got shut down straight away. And he does have like Lage on the side there with his Crusade overdrive, which could help out possibly. He's gonna be using now, but it's a bit late. But did home video manage to pick that OD up? But they are making an exit out of their base right now. We're seeing Langris as well pushing up. Home video doesn't have a repair. He's gonna go for the flagpole regardless though. And although they did push out and made the effort, they won't be pulling a successful flag from that. And with 1 minute and 10 seconds or 15 seconds left on this clock, doubtful they're even going to make a tie here.
Yeah, I doubt they could even get a flag because
Yeah.
even their pushes, they're kind of just pushing up in that center box there. I think the main motivator was that Paladin home video taking that OD, which kind of motivated his team to get out. But it's just been giving dominance so much map control so easily when those players just push up in the middle and try to funnel through that narrow path to their flag. Mr. Blood just comes around. Oh, Mug with a very nice OD there. He stuns four players, kills three, and they're gonna pull this next flag out, looking like a 3-0 first round victory for dominance.
Yeah, Mug is getting locked on here, but regardless, he is gonna be getting a lovely overdrive like we witnessed, and also that flag capture. But yeah, 3-0 on the first map of Highland. Gonna be interesting what will happen when the tables have turned on sides. And honestly, with Mr. Blood's combination, I'm not too sure how it would work out against a team more on their skill level. But honestly, they could do something like Striker as well. In this case, I feel like even Striker would work on Dictator with that critical damage if you're railing shots into their base. But I'm interested to seeing what will happen if they're going to be keeping it on the other side. And yeah.
Yeah, I feel like he does have some maneuverability with what he can use here. I think with the players not really pushing up, it's kind of better for him to just push in and deal damage with that dictator. And I think against this team with their play style, it's been working all right. He just kind of swoops in, does damage, and he's been allowed to really push up as well. He's not really getting focused all that much. He's been a bit crafty getting to the other side of the base. He did go 21 for 22 though, so an even out KD, can't blame him. I think it's all right, but I need to see Liass switch up their combinations. I really don't believe they can win with this sort of play style that they have right now. They have those long ranges, but it hasn't been doing much. I think the Scorpion might have to go just for their team. They need to switch it up and try to take some map control to prevent this team from pushing up. Dominants have been able to get into their base multiple times without ODs, and in Highland, the main thing to really pull a flag is when you got a couple of ODs going, and Dominants have been able to do it without it at times.
Yeah, honestly, exactly like you said. Um, but honestly, I don't know what to expect of. Well, I kind of know what we're gonna be expecting here after a really solid performance from Dominance, but it's going to be interesting as well on Sandal, what kind of combinations, especially for Dominance, what they're going to be pulling out of the bag. Because I don't know, this Dictator fire is pretty irregular to say the least. But I mean, it's working for them, and I'm happy that they're winning. But yeah, so far they guaranteed themselves at least 1 point. They do win this other round, they will be getting another point. So and they will be getting out 3 points from this. So I feel like that's already secured them into the group stage,
Yeah, and we both
past
know
the group stage.
the
Yeah.
damage that Firebird does
Hmm.
deal, especially when it's close. So I think it is something that they know about. He's trying to lean in to take this OD, but I don't think he'll be able to take it. Home Video will be taking it with Tesla. Mr. Blood, I think he thought it was self time, but he's gonna self there, and he's going to. I think he's going to have to self again maybe before this reset. But Lias with this OD, they look very uncomfortable in this map, but I hope they kind of take a lesson from that first round. They got to push up a bit more. They got to take some more map control. And if you say that blue side is the better base, they've got it now. I do like what Home Video is doing here, though. I think he's pretty solid. He's using his OD by himself, though, and without that AP, it's not going to do that much. He's just going to get taken out.
Yeah, exactly. And do you see Mr. Blood killing a couple of people, then coming back in? It looks like players are leaving and joining. Currently, it's only 4 players for like what was that team called again?
Yeah, live.
Yeah, for them. But Mug is still managing to pull the flag, but he does get killed here. But yeah, I'm not too sure. I mean, obviously, home video. I'm not too certain when he actually used his overdrive, but it obviously wasn't for anything too critical. Because yeah, I felt like it was a bit wasted.
Yeah, for sure. But I kind of do see the repetitive play style starting to come in for Lias. You have dominance slowly pushing up here, but you literally have all of Lias in defense. But we have the OD falling now, and that's a great motivator for these teams to push out. Motto is looking to take that OD. Home Video is going to do damage on all these players. Lage tries to send in his OD, but he gets stunned, so that's not going to be on point. Motto was able to pick that up, and now they're gonna try to push in, but he doesn't really have a repair kit or much health in general. Mr. Blood gonna take that flag, but he's very slow. He's going to get focused and taken out there.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like you said, they're still staying within their base. We're seeing what we saw last game. They really just got to push out like the majority of esport players, especially like teams like Diamonds. Even if in the worst case scenario, you never want to keep staying in your base. You want to keep pushing out, or else you're just allowing the team to have mid control, take those ODs when they drop, take those extra supplies, and even put that extra pressure which you don't need on you, right? So I really do feel like they're going to be pushing out a little bit more here, play a bit more aggressive, even if they take on 2v1s and just kill one player at a time. Um, just try and make a name for themselves within this map because right now they're shoveling a grave.
Yeah, home video. I don't think he's been that effective with that Tesla Paladin. He's really been looking for those connect shots off the ball, but sometimes I see him shooting and there's no players there. So make sure you're using your radar. You don't really have to see them. Mr. Blood pushing in here. I feel like he should have
Ooh,
waited for some help there. He's
yeah.
just going to flip over, but he has his OD model pushing through the left side. He's going to get taken out. I think the problem is with Liass is that when they do push out, Dominus does a good job at focusing these players. Especially we see home video getting focused, and then I think these players might be thinking every time I push out, I'm just dying. So maybe this round they are going to try to play for that tie, but Dominance. As I said before, I've seen them play in this map and they've chosen this map for the crossout. They know how to play here and they've been effective at getting flags. Model with that OD and Humor also with an Eris OD. So I expect to see a pull very soon. Maybe there's an opportunity here as Model activates his OD, but Mr. Blood is very low. Humor, I feel like he could have sent down his OD. He's going to send it down now, but it's a bit too late, just a bit earlier. And I feel like that would have done a lot of damage to help out Model pull that flag. Rixo gonna get taken out shortly, and Lias able to stop this attack. But again, it's Savory using his OD in defense. So I feel like the offensive mindset is not even there at all. So 4 minutes has elapsed. A lot of ODs kind of wasted from Dominance to try and take a flag, but Mr. Blood does have that one OD model going to be looking to take this next OD that will be dropping.
Yeah, indeed. We do see Mark having a bit of a struggle there, trying to push in with his team, but does manage to flip, unfortunately. But yeah, the aggression still coming in from Dominance. And like I said, Mr. Blood having his overdrive, but is going to be pulling up this flag alone. Hopefully, he doesn't take the flag to a position where it's going to be harder for their team to actually manage to pull it. But I don't know. I feel like Liesa maybe just playing the defensive game, trying to earn points from just tying rounds, but they lost that first round. They got to do something here. There's still 5 minutes and 30 seconds. There's that overdrive box dropping right now, but it's looking like Model's going to get taken out. Savory won't be able to take it, and Humor is just on the blinks of getting it, and he does manage to pick it up. Mr. Blood still extending and pushing into their base. But it's going to be hard for them when all of them are there. But Mug coming in with a critical overdrive, but no one else is there to back him up.
Yeah, Humor taking that OD, I think even though Model was looking to take it, it's not a huge loss for them. That OD is really helpful in this map. And just looking at Mr. Blood's playstyle, I feel like at this point, he should just be playing Paladin. Like, what do you think? But an OD from him is going to help out Model, doesn't reach Rixo, and Humor has that OD early now. Mr. Blood gonna carry that flag with his Dictator. I feel like Model should just at this point stay behind and just deal some damage. Langres spawns in with a deadly overdrive, but he gets taken out very quickly. And finally, Dominance able to capture this one flag. So they'll have the one flag lead with 4 minutes left in the game. And we've seen Lias really struggle on the offensive side. So now it's always something that motivates them to get out. You got Savory pushing into their base, but he's going to get picked off by three Dominance players there. He needs the rest of his team to help him.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, there's 4 minutes now where Mr. Dunn really has to take that mid control along with his team here, but it's just playing that more defensive side like we've seen along with all of them. I really want to know what's happening in their call, to be honest, but we can tell they're definitely not just playing as they go. I feel like they are definitely in a call from we can tell when the opponents like dominance are managing to pull. They all do swoop in and try and get that return, but I don't know why they're not trying to push. Like we see overdrives being used to stop that OD being taken, but we're not seeing anyone actually try and go for it.
Yeah, that's a good point. We have seen Lage really focus on that OD with his Crusader. Savory able to pick up the flag, but too much recoil there. He's gonna get sent to respawn. But Savory, I gotta tip it. He's been one of the guys from the team that has been successfully picking up that flag. But from the other side, you have no Eris OD coming in to help. You got no well, I would say Viking OD, but he's been using his Viking OD mostly for the offenses of dominance, and that Paladin really playing defensive. It's just you got to understand that when the other teams got OD, that defense is going to collapse.
Yeah, exactly. You're definitely right. And I don't know, that Eris did use his overdrive for nothing really. Just killing model, dealing some damage to Rexo, but still we're seeing them come out their shell a little bit here. Langris does have his overdrive, does get picked off by Humor, Savory trying to push in and deal something, but Mr. Blood just swiping him back into respawn, and that's what we've been seeing quite a bit. I mean, I think it's obvious to say Highland will be going in favor of dominance. And yeah, it's unfortunate to see, but hopefully when we do go over into Sandal, we're not going to be seeing the same issues we're seeing now.
I honestly like I kind of believe that Dominance is overall a much better team
Nah, they
than
are.
Liass here, and just according to their play style, I can see that Liass maybe one of the newer teams. Model wins that 1v1 with the ODs, but Langris
Ooh.
saves it. He hits three players there, takes out Model, and will he be able to take up? He will be able to take this OD, but just as I was saying, I think in Sandal it might be another one-sided game. Of course, it's not going to look like Highland because you kind of are forced to really push up in that map. You don't have a base all to yourself there. But yeah, like these teams are pretty close in points, but Lias was able to get six from Fondness, and I think they got another. I don't know. They got 8 points, or I think that's the only 6 points they were able to get. Not able to get any points against any of the other teams. So definitely a newer team against Dominance, who's been playing esports in the last rankings and kind of stepped it up this season as well.
Hmm. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, you can definitely see the newer teams from the more experienced ones, like you said. But I don't know. I mean, this is a learning curve for Lias, right? They got the combinations. I feel like their combinations are pretty much solid. So obviously they've been doing some research and maybe doing some trainings here and there. But when it comes to Highland, I feel like it was obviously a bad hole they got put into. Um, it's just unfortunate, really. But I mean, congratulations to Dominance for doing really well in this map. I mean, I'm sure it wasn't. It was pretty easy for them, regardless of the fact. But I mean, even me, I have a hard time in Highland. But I mean, some teams just have some really cracked maps, you know. So
Yeah, Dominance definitely like this map, and as you were saying, a bit newer teams. They do have the right combinations, and they have been looking mostly pretty good on them. Other than maybe the Tesla kind of struggling a bit. But honestly, my advice to these newer teams is watch its streams. Watch the streams where we especially the Swiss stage, when you see a lot of good gameplay, you can see how teams play in those maps, and it's a lot to learn for your team to at least start off with the foundations.
yeah.
I think that would really help out these newer teams because firstly with the combinations, a lot of newer teams really struggling to find what combinations to use, and then the second is the setup to see how the teams play, how they push up, how they're taking ODs. I think Lias had a pretty good focus on that OD, especially Langers was doing a good job at preventing Dominance from taking those ODs. Lage was really using his ODs to take those ODs. But as you said, they're kind of using their ODs for the OD box, but not really pushing up for them, or the rest of the team is still really far behind. So that's just my advice for some of these newer teams as we transition into Sandal.
Yeah, I mean, something you got to go up for Langerus is something which is good for them is they're unpredictable with their overdrives, which I've seen a lot. So that's something I feel like dominants really have to point out for because I mean, when you get more into this format, you're gonna be like, okay, yeah, he's probably no repair, he won't be using his overdrive. But with this other team dominants are up against, they're using overdrives in such weird scenarios. So I mean that's something which is good for them, but also kind of bad, you know? It's like 50-50.
Yeah.
But
No, I definitely agree with you. Like, especially as offensive players, you really got to be thinking, especially against those Vikings, because the Viking is an
yeah,
OD that you
yeah.
got to watch out for. And do you really want to make him low? It's like, all right, he's low now, but he probably won't use that OD. He's going to save it for the next time. But we've seen Savory popping off his OD every time he thinks he has an opportunity. But he does got to be learn to be a bit more careful because everyone's looking at that Viking, especially when you pop up that OD. Everyone's going to be looking at you. So you got to make sure you have a bit of HP to deal damage to all those players and create those opportunities.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But I mean, sure we're going to be seeing a bit more of that now, and looking like Mr. Blood's going to be taking on Shaft with Dictator here, so it's going to be interesting. I'm always interested to see these new combinations come to light, um, even if it's not a massive team like teams with multiple achievements, because honestly, they could be creating a new meta, and I'm looking forward to seeing what will be happening here. But on the other side, I really hope that dominance who they're up against will be doing well as well. But only time will tell, really.
Yeah, that is a good point because we are in the stage right now. I don't like when they do updates in the group stage, but we
Yeah.
are in the stage right now where Paladin has been nerfed. So teams are looking if there's a better combination to use. Dictator Shaft is interesting to me though, especially in Sandal map. I know with the Shaft you can just kind of stay in your base and watch the scope, but I also kind of believe that Shaft needs some maneuverability. Virtuoso on your team, Crusader Shaft is very annoying,
Yeah.
able
Yeah.
to go across the map and snipe each individual pushing up because not everyone's just coming through on one side or pushing through the middle. It looks like home video after seeing that last round in Highlands is going to be taking Dictator Firebird. I think this is a mistake for them. I feel like they're really going to struggle. Maybe Mr. Blood was very annoying with that Dictator, but I think if you're going to use Dictator Firebird, especially in this map, just go with Paladin. Paladin will be a lot more better for your team. I expect home video to play really defensive with this gameplay here with Dictator Firebird, but I don't know if it'll help them out a lot. But you do have a Dictator on the other team, so we're going to have to see. The rest of the combinations look pretty standard. You got Viking Hammer, Ares Thunder, and both these teams using a Hunter Railgun and Crusader Scorpion. So it's just on one side you got Dictator Shaft, and on the other side you got Dictator Firebird.
Honestly, this is gonna be the most chalked game I've ever gonna witness. But let's see, let's see.
Yeah, Liass, I feel like a strategy of theirs is really trying to just hold their flag, but you gotta apply pressure. You can't really let this team take control. In this map, you gotta be careful of the canals on either side. If you're Langris or if you're Liass, sorry, on the right side, you gotta be careful of Model pushing up on that side. And also, I don't know who else will be pushing up with Model because there is no Paladin. So we'll have to see, I guess. But you got to be careful of that right canal, and of course, got to be careful of the left side. Model the Viking of Dominance, able to pick up this first OD box, and the players have self to begin the round.
Yeah, indeed. And let's see what will be happening here. Model can use earlier here because obviously there's no counter overdrives they can use on the other side. So we do see Mug holding on that left canal there area. That overdrive is dropping already. And yeah, home video changed to shaft as well now. So let's be interesting. He does have a scope. He did shoot here. Model going to be using and going to be taking a flag. Mug on the other hand, going to be pulling, but home video flips him somehow.
Nice, nicely done by home video there. I didn't really expect that. Mug not able to pull up that flag, but as you said, he did a good job at holding that canal, and he did see that opportunity with Model using his OD in the center. Unfortunately, they're not able to do much with that flag. Lias, I think they're playing a better game though. You got Savory pushing up on the left side. You got Langris help him out there, but Mr. Dumb and Langris might have to switch positions here. You want to see Mr. Dumb on that left side and Langris kind of holding that right side, making sure that these players aren't pushing up. You got Model, you got Mug, and you got Certify all here, but you do see a bit of a focus from Lias, kind of turning and dealing damage to these players. Model, I think he used a repair kit, but he might be confident in using it here. Humor has been subbed out. Certify will be playing Eris now.
Oh yeah, just noticed that as well. Looks like home video trying to land a shot on Certify. Wasn't too sure that actually was a miss, but they will be taking him out regardless here. And yeah, 8 minutes and 25 seconds on the clock here in the third round. So a couple overdrives on both teams. Mr. Blood holding that middle. He is going to get scoped on, but Lage, I don't think he kind of understands how far that Scorpion can kind of reach. But anyways, there's this overdrive dropping here and looking like it might be going in favor of dominance. They do manage to take out that Eris there. Model will get taken out as well, though.
And Langers does a good job there as well to stop that Eris OD from coming in. Uh, Mr. Dumb though, his Eris OD going to be taken out before he gets to use it, and Langris unable to pick up that overdrive. But Model already has an OD, so he didn't really need to take that. But he hasn't really been able to find an opportunity to pull the flag here. Mr. Blood, he's 5 for 3. I think he's doing okay, but I think he should take another combination to pull the flag because with the Liass's playstyle, they need more offense. They don't really need as much defense, and I believe that Certify, Hut, and Mug have already been doing a good enough job. Home Video actually switched over to Dictator Shaft as well, kind of copying their playstyle. Model hits a good shot there, but Mr. Dumb spawns behind him, and he's going to get taken out. Certify has a lot of HP here. A good OD from Hut to get Langris, and Mr. Blood pushes in, uses his OD, realizes the opportunity there. I think he should just leave it for Mug here, but he's
Yeah,
going to pick it up. He's gonna leave it now. Or Mug, sorry, gonna
Mr.
pick up that flag and Model using his OD, but he gets taken out shortly. Dominus has really been struggling trying to pull this flag here. Now the focus comes in. Lage is gonna push in. Mr. Blood holds the scope, but I think Certify has made it to a pretty safe spot. He's gotta watch out for a home video though. A home video, he hits a shot. Mug, though, he's going to pick up that flag, and Dominance finally able to capture that flag. But watch out for Savory though. He might be able to create an opportunity here.
Yes, Avery doesn't have a replay. He is still pulling. Hutt gets taken out by home video here, and they're managing to pull their overdrive is there. Mr. Dumb using a really good opportunity here. Going to be healing out three of his teammates, and this might be the counter capture we've been looking for. Honestly, they might be winning this round. They've been playing well so far. Home video uses his dictator. Mr. Blood hits home video, and that's going to be the first capture for them in this game today.
Yeah, you really see Lias really rally around the flag there, and we know how it is when we're pulling a flag and our team's not really helping us. But they Lias do a good job there. We've seen a couple of ODs kind of just pop off to help the flag. Mr. Dom using an OD here, and another OD from Lage helps them out as well. But I feel like Mr. Dom had a good opportunity to really send that OD earlier into their base. But I think well done for them. They've tied up this game, and Dominance has used all of their overdrives, but Lias have now used all of their ODs as well. I think the next OD box will be falling in a minute. Mr. Dumb was able to pick that up, and he used his second OD in defense there.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like Hut is latching on to Langris here. He's only 1 HP. He does flip though. And looking like Mr. Blood is really being an aggressor here on Dictator Shaft. I'm really not too sure what strategy is looking like on both these teams, to be honest. But I really don't like this Dictator strategy, to be honest with you.
Yeah, honestly, I would like to see Dominance just use Paladin Firebird on that. I know he's
Yeah.
been a bit effective with that Dictator OD. He did come up to help them out. Hut is in a very annoying spot right now. For defense, it's very annoying for him to be there. Langres uses an OD to take him out, and Hut had a nice OD earlier as well. But a little bit of a standstill now as these teams really don't have those ODs. But I think if you get Mr. Blood on Paladin Firebird, the offense just increases so much more for dominance, and they're able to create those opportunities without any ODs, especially right now when Lias has no ODs in defense. You do have Certify and Model with ODs, so that in itself could be a really good offense. But Model focused here. He has no repair kit, and he's going to get taken out. Certify will have to wait for another opportunity for to use that OD. I think he could probably save it for him and Model and try to use it for the next OD box that drops down and try to make a play.
Yeah, exactly. And there's under 4 minutes here. It is a tie. Honestly, it's not the end of the world for dominance if they tie this round. But I'm looking for a capture here. They've been doing a really solid job. Oh, Mugs OD doesn't quite land. He is pulling this flag as well. Looks like Certified's OD is going to be helping out, and it's actually going to be a capture. Model uses his as well to both back down Mr. Dumb and Langostine. And yeah, Langostine? I swear that's a kind of fish.
Langris.
Yeah, Langris, my bad, bro. My bad.
It's alright, it's
Uh,
alright, but, Model used that Viking OD, secures that capture, a good, coordinated attack. Mug was the initiator, although his OD didn't hit. Model again, not able to pick up this OD. He's gotta start selfing for the OD early times. I know he's getting a bit focused, but he wants to be full HP to try to take that OD, so don't be afraid to self, especially when you got, time left, and then, come and hide, before the next OD drops down. Right now, Dominants are in the lead, 2 versus 1. And it's a bit funny that, as you mentioned, Mr. Blood playing pretty offensive with the Dictator Shaft. When he spawns in, he kind of just holds the scope, but now he's going to use his OD to help Model here. Model got that crit, but they're against a lot of players in their base, and Liass doing a good job there to try and stop this attack. Mug might be critical, but I feel like he could have used it a bit later to get those players in the base. He'll take out one, but for now, Lias able to hold on to that flag, and Hut has been staying in this position, which I really like from him. He's been really annoying them, and I just feel like home video shouldn't be playing that combination at all either. I don't think for his team it's really effective. Really for Lias, it's been Savory that's been making that offense and finding those opportunities that he needs some help from his team to for other players to really push up. He can't be the only one pushing. Once Dominance realizes that, they only have to focus him and they won't be able to pull a flag.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, you're definitely right about that. And also for Lage, I mean, he's just been playing in their base the whole time, really, for the odd occasion where he does go out in the bottom of mid. But actually, let's witness this. Langris is going to be using his overdrive along with Miss Dumb and Sabri. That flag is still down. Only Hut within middle. Miss Home Video doesn't manage to use his overdrive, but still, this will be a capture, making it a tie with 1 minute and 13 seconds left. I do
Oh
not
my
know how
god.
they pulled that off. Langris, being a sneaky little hunter there, managing to pull that flag for his team is critical.
One thing you got to tip about this team, once one of their players picks up that flag, the help is definitely there. The help is
Yeah.
for sure there. Savory uses that Viking OD on point, but a few mistakes from him. He isn't. He might be on keyboard. He hasn't really have that awareness of everyone that's on the map. On his left side was Hut, who's been dealing damage to him, and he was able to sneak in and take that OD, which would have been critical here. He was able to take out 2 players, but Lias, they have 30 seconds to defend this. They want these points here. They can try to get these points in the second round and go for the win. 30 seconds left. Dominance doesn't look like they have many ODs left. I don't think Model has an OD either. 20 seconds, and the pressure is there now for Lias. You have Lage that's been pushing up, and Langris as well. 13 seconds left. I think this first round is a tie, or yeah, this first round is definitely a tie.
Wow. Um, I don't want to sound like harsh. We're on. I keep forgetting their teammate, not Dominance. Remind me, bro.
Lias.
Lias, that's it. I don't want to sound bad for Lias, but honestly, I wasn't expecting that. But I'm proud that they did manage to get that counter pull there and managed to get the capture because there's opportunity and hope for them now. Actually, nah, I don't think if we wager up the points, they won't have enough, right?
I think Dominance probably like they will go to the Swiss stage. I think they got enough,
Yeah.
and I think they might tie in this map, but I don't think they'll lose in this map. And maybe some combination switches for Dominance here. Maybe a bit of hurt after tying that round. It was a 2-0. Was it 2-0 lead before they captured, or was it just going back and
Uh,
forth?
no,
If it
it was
was 2-0,
1-1 at
that
the end.
definitely hurts, but I gotta see Dominance drop this Dictator Shaft. I gotta see it on Pound and Firebird. I think at their skill level, they should be playing Pound and Firebird and take this seriously and try to just win this second round, especially after tying there. But also Lias, you can see what they can do once they get that flag out. They work really well together once they have a flag, but they need to be doing that all game. Langris has been their main attacker that's been able to get that opportunity as well as Savory. But Dum also switching over and taking up Dictator Shaft, I think is a huge mistake from Dum.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, it definitely is, and I don't know. We gotta. I don't think we're getting to them. To be honest, they're focusing on their game. I wouldn't blame them for not watching, but I really do hope that the shaft isn't gonna be played by any other team. Hopefully, no one else is gonna be picking this up because honestly, I can't see it working whatsoever. And the way Mr. Blood, he's been playing really good with that Firebird Dictator. Although I wasn't too much of a fan of it on Highland either. He's just playing too aggressive for being a shaft.
Yeah, and keep in mind though, he does have to because without Paladin, it's been
Yeah,
Mug and
yeah.
uh
Mhm.
model pushing up for that flag. But I also agree with you. I don't agree with that combination because with this dictator overdrive, like yes, you have that critical, but he's been giving that critical to model who it doesn't do that much damage, honestly. He hasn't been able to get those opportunities, even with the crit. I feel like Lias has been able to survive those attacks, and maybe it's like you need a more rapid firing turret to really benefit from that. Maybe a ricochet or a Vulcan, or if you have the rest of the team kind of pushing up. But for now, it's mostly just been an extra repair kit for dominance for a model to try and pull that flag. And I just want to see that dictator dropped.
Yeah, honestly, and yeah, even for the shaft to be dropped, I mean, I don't know. They don't need to be playing it here. They had the aggression for dominance. They had that aggression on Highline. Why not bring it back? Like they were doing fine with Firebird, but look, Dictator managing to pick up that over. Oh my days,
Yeah, I feel like Mr. Dumb might have been able to do
Mister.
a bit
Oh, I
more
thought you were
with
saying
that
Mister Blood.
OD. Yeah, no, 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 it's not Mr. Blood, but yeah, that dictator. He's been doing that a couple of times now. He held on to that dictator OD. He wanted to deal some freezing damage to the player carrying his flag, but just running out of HP. You need that awareness, as you said. These players are so confident to use their ODs, but you got to be careful. Can't get taken out. Now he has to wait for another OD box or his OD to load there. And at some point, you got to give up on that return and try to play for a counter attack.
Yeah, for real. And also another thing to point out here, like if you just look at home video, he's been scoped in for a good 30 seconds now. No one's there. He scopes out and there's so much opportunity to clear that right side. Now I'm gonna be using his overdrive and managing to pull middle. Yes, I think Savory does. Savory has his overdrive here. Lage is using as well, but misses. But that's such an easy flag pull for them. Okay, they might get the return, but I really do hope that it's not gonna happen again like that for their sake.
Yeah, Savory with the good OD there. He was able to really just take out everyone and return that flag. Lage with the lackluster OD doesn't really hit his shot on time. But the OD falling now, I think the best person to take it from Lias is Savory, and I hope he doesn't ignore this. He's going to go back now, but he's taken quite a bit of damage. Mr. Dumb actually steals it from him. Savory will not be able to pick up that OD, but I think Savory might have been one of the more effective players on his team with that overdrive.
Yeah, indeed, indeed. But we have quite a few overdrives on both these teams. Mug once again going in for that flagpole. Age is there to possibly deal some damage to him. Raiko, though, he can possibly use his Crusader overdrive on the other side. We see Langris pulling that flag. He does get taken out, though. Mr. Dumb going to be using alone, but will he be able to get this return as well? And yeah, he will.
Yeah, and Rixo there, I know he wanted to go rotate and help over to the flag, but take out the scorpion first. I know he doesn't know that he's a sliver of a shot, but he didn't even have armor, and he's seen Mug shoot him with the railgun. So I think he should have just taken him out there, especially if he had an OD. He would have been very sticky there, dealing damage from behind, being annoying. You got Mr. Blood here pushing up all the way, Rixo right behind him. If Model joins these two, they could maybe use that OD here, but the rest of the dominance maybe push up on the right side. You got their whole team really pushing up on that left side there. It's only Humor guarding their base, and Lage does a good job at locking onto Humor. And look at their base now. It's Savory with an open route, but Mug is there to kind of protect that flag, and Model doing a play on the other side.
Yeah, model solo pulling that flag there. That is that OG box dropping as well. Mug's gonna get the return. That's gonna be a successful second capture with Mr. Blood picking up this OD. Oh no! He glitched through it. Home video used and took. Oh, that's such a setback.
Yeah, Mr. Blood, good play there. Just uses and takes, but his OD not really doing too much now. Dominance able to get this 2-0 lead against Liass now, and I feel like it's going to be very difficult for Liass to catch up. They have kind of done it in the past, but I don't know. This second round hasn't been looking too good for them, and it's been home video that's been taking a lot of these ODs and Mr. Dumb, and I feel like they should kind of switch over to Savory, prioritizing that OD. He picks up that flag, but Mug with a nice OD there. He's going to stop that. Now, 5 minutes left. I don't want to see home video using this OD by himself at all. Hopefully, I feel like it's a bit hard for him to really use that OD though, because a lot of his players are scattered and they don't really push together. Model with an opening here. He's going to pick up that flag. Let's see, Humor. He has an OD. He can try to help him, but Model no supplies, running out. I feel like Humor kind of uses this OD late very often. But
Home
look at home
video though.
video. He's going to be pulling this flag down the center.
Langris might be able to even get this return. Home video going to be using within their base. Not too sure why he used in his base at all.
Yeah, he
Um,
just wanted to try and stay alive, but the rest of his team not really pushing up to try and get that return. Kind of surprising that Dominance holds on to that flag. And Mr. Dumb, maybe not the best player to hold on to this flag, but he'll have a lot of HP. A battle here in the center. Home video again, able to take this OD. Hats off to him for stealing it from Model. I think that's been one thing that's been annoying Dominance. They haven't been able to take this OD, but it's also been very contested. But at the same time, home video hasn't been too effective with it, so I guess they'll take it.
yeah, exactly. And well, there's under 4 minutes here. It is currently 2-0 for Dominance. Dominance might even be getting this return. Langris does have his overdrive model, no repair. Home video going to be using, and they will be taking out model though. But was it a wise overdrive? And do I feel like they will be getting this capture? To be honest, I don't think so. Dominance did have a setback on that last game, making it a draw, but I feel like they've got the win here, which is good for them.
Yeah, and you got three players in Liass's base guarding that
Yeah.
side together. That's really helping Dominance just able to push up. On the other side, you just got Mr. Blood holding it down. Langris forced to use his Hunter OD there. Well, I don't know about force, but Savory finally able to get out of his base. He's one player that might be able to return this flag, but Mr. Blood with that awareness sees him coming. Rixo and him deal some damage, and he's going to get shut down. Keep in mind, Dominance are up two flags. They don't even
Oh.
have to win this standoff. They can just defend, but they're kind of hungry for this return as they should, and they're trying to go get that return. OD's in the center. Model is gunning for it now, and it's only Mr. Dumb that's able to see him. Savory also looking for an opportunity here. Maybe they might actually get this.
Not too sure. Oh, Lage is actually going to get that return, but look on the other side. Humor and Home Video having a battle to get that flag up, but Mr. Dunn spawns on the flag. Overdrive is used by Lage onto Model, but it like glitches. Model actually going to be pulling this flag, killing the flag carrier as well. This is crazy. Mug does have his overdrive he's going to be using. Player does use his repair, but regardless, gets that return, and this is going to be a capture. Oh my days.
Yeah, the best two players to be pushing up there was Model and Mug, and they made the right play there. Model gonna back out after he finished using his OD, and Mug will be able to stun any player trying to come pick up that flag, and they do a good job there at returning it. I thought they might have been able to get that capture for Lias, but unable to.
Yeah, indeed, definitely. One thing I did witness is Mr. Blood. I mean, he used his overdrive when they tried to return the flag a while ago, but he drove it into the wall, and I don't know, like the overdrives at times are really great, and then other times I feel like they just aren't aware, like self-aware of how to use their overdrives or where players are even. Like you said, it seems like they're playing on keyboard, some of the players, which isn't a bad thing, but I mean, I feel like definitely stick to playing maybe as the same team and just like keep training and whatnot because eventually they're going to be doing good. Like they had a really good third round actually.
Yeah, and I feel like a dominance, they've been performing well. They've been doing a good job, obviously up 3-0, but I expect them to be a lot more dominant than this, to be
Yeah,
honest. I feel
I'm
like
gonna I'm
they
gonna
can do
bring
a
it
lot
out.
more.
It was that dictator. Like I feel
Yeah.
like that dictator really was a setback for them because they had that aggression, but even now, like it's kind of like a joke with this dictator.
Yeah,
Can't
I feel like
lie.
we are hating a lot, but it's just like
Nah,
I don't
I'm
know. It just like hasn't been too effective in this round. And
yeah,
in Sandal, Shaft is really good. It is a good turret in Sandal, but just the way it's been playing, I don't think it's done too much. If you see Mr. Blood, honestly a pretty good KD there, 17 for 11, but home video on the other side, 7 for 19, hasn't been able to do anything at all for this team. Only got 80 score as well as the last 10 seconds of this last round. It's the last round, right? Yeah, the
yeah.
last 10 seconds of this last round is going to run out. Dominance going to be taking this win. Humor with the nice OD is just going to stop the last attack from Liass.
Yeah, indeed. Well, in the end of the day, it looks like Dominance and also QTs will be qualifying from this group. And I'm looking forward to seeing what will be happening in the Swiss stage, along with every other team. Like I feel like we've witnessed some really good games today. Well, not today, over in this major rankings two group stage. And I'm looking forward to seeing later on who is going to be fighting for that Prism Paint and what teams will be getting a lot of RMR points to hopefully get a chance in the final championships.
Yeah, for sure. Like a couple of teams are looking good. You got Rockstar's looking good, Cold is looking good, Senmar is looking pretty good as well, and No Emotions. And then of course you got the top teams as well, like Diamonds, of course, just running through all the teams, Cuties. So I think this group stage, along with Dreamers as well, is going to be pretty competitive, pretty good to watch. For these teams, Dominance has been doing a bit better, but I want to see them take more control. They need to take that step up from last season. Lias had some glimpses of some really good opportunities there, teamwork, but I think they need to start watching some streams, do a lot more TKVs, and really improve on that gameplay. Anyways, that's going to be the end of our stream. Thank you guys for joining us. Dennis, thank you for broadcasting, and Jack, thank you for joining me as well on the mic.
Thank you, bro. See you guys soon.